So real quick before we get started with today's video, this is a quick announcement from Editing Una. We are doing one novel this month, but the content won't be published till February probably, which is why we didn't mention it. But I wanted to mention who we're reading with. We're reading with Noah from Everyone Who Reads It Must Converse. We've got Danny from Spinelli Speaks, Christy Lewis from Dostoevsky in Space. We've got Summer. We've got Ami from Ivan's Nightmare. I'll put their links all down below. Great people. But we're all going to come together and kind of do a buddy read of 100 Years of Solitude. So if that is something that you are looking to hear our thoughts or any of their thoughts, we'd encourage you to go check out their channels below if you aren't already subscribed. And there's going to be some live streams out on Christy Lewis' channel, and I know Noah's going to put out a couple of videos because he's already read it. So definitely check out those channels, and let's get on with what the January Tibber is. All right, audio sync in
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Did I forget to do the go again? Everything is ruined.
Everything is not awesome.
Nothing works when Una is on your team. Una ruins everything.
He's gonna be a bench warmer.
Doesn't even rhyme. Come on, you had
It doesn't have the
job.
rhyme.
Yeah.
Songs don't have the rhyme.
The Everything is Awesome song rhymes. What makes you think that your version of Everything is Ruined doesn't need to rhyme?
Because it's not awesome, so it needs to not rhyme, so it sucks. Because it's not awesome.
No, you're just... This is literally, I'm watching you have verbal diarrhea because you didn't have a comeback, so words just started, and they didn't even make sense.
I am 2020 of words. I am the human incarnate of 2020.
Welcome to the 2020, the first Codex Cantina 2021 Tibber. Books to be read in January 2021, which is super unfair because we're not reading any books in January 2021. January is the search for the greatest short story of all time.
Ever.
You know what you need to do that
in the galaxy.
Yes. Far, far away.
Or really close in your Kindle.
So last January, we had a lot of fun dedicating an entire month to short stories. No novels. Get those out of here, right? Everybody on BookTube does nothing but talk about novels. Let's celebrate short stories the entire month with the best short stories allegedly ever written, right? We're looking at lists. We're looking at some syllabuses. We're pulling together, okay, what are these popular ones for literature? And let's talk about them, right? So welcome to January 2021, the search for the greatest short story of all time.
I think people should be excited about this because a lot of times some of these names that we're going to throw out there for these great authors, some very intimidating authors, these are little bite-sized chunks. They're the fun-sized candy bars that get you ready, get you interested, get you, gatewayed into some of these literary giants. And if you can do that, then maybe you can get into some of their heavier novels later. So I'm excited for this list.
What's a candy bar that you like that you think nobody else would like?
I don't really, I'm not a big chocolate fan. So I like the Skittles and Smarties and Sweet Tarts.
Disgusting. Okay.
What?
That's exactly what I thought. Disgusting. Okay. The first short story we have here is going to be Skittles, where I'm telling you, I don't really care. This author's writings never really resonated with me. The last time we did this author, I don't think I said anything. I think I just sat there and looked pretty while you did the entire video's worth of talking. And
that's not true.
That's Edgar Allan Poe's The Cask of Amontillado. Am I doing the double Y Spanish like Amontillado? Am I doing Yado? Okay. The Cask of Amontillado by Edgar Allan Poe. And I'm probably just going to sit here and look pretty and just let you carry the video.
What? You didn't like our last Poe short story?
Well, remember, I just didn't have much to add. I felt like I don't know what to say about the Telltale Heart.
Yeah, you didn't like Telltale Hearts.
Yeah, it just wasn't my jam. But I did like Wilbur Wilson. Wilbur Wilson? I think it's Wilbur Wilson by him. Really, really good. So
we didn't read that.
Maybe it's just the assigned reading stigma. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But
You mentioned that, I think, in the video, too, that you were like, I was forced to read this, so I hate it.
Yeah, which I usually don't have, but we'll see how this one goes. But we had to throw that in there. It's on tons of lists for the greatest short story of all time. Let's check it out. We have The Imitation of the Rose by Clarice Lispector, her most famous short story, and argued to be one of Brazil's most famous short stories. We're doing a little bit of a focus, like we said, on Latin literature this year, and I think we selected this one. Very important for feminism, I guess.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one because that's got a lot of good publicity. So should be good. Should be exciting. See what we can pull out of it.
Next up, we have Patriotism by Yukio Mishima, where we return to the Mishima land.
Yeah, we get us some more Japanese culture and history. You know, we love that around here.
This is going to be one that's going to be interesting because this was actually... this influenced Japan in what Westerners would describe as a very negative way. There was a rebirth in a movement, an action in the 1970s as a result of not the publication of this. This came out in 1961, but in terms of some actions that Yukio Mishima did in 1970, we're gonna have to talk about some heavy stuff with this one. This is one that's kind of important and kind of glorified by Japan.
Yeah, early trigger warnings for that one. Please be conscientious if you are reading and watching that video.
Now, the next one I know nothing about. I didn't even look up pronouncing the name, so apologies. But we have The Story of an Hour by Kate Chopin. Chopin. I haven't done my research. I apologize. Know nothing about this. We're going into this one blind, but again, tops the list of many of the best short stories of all time.
Never read any of her works, novel or short story.
Yep. So going into that one blind. Now,
we'll do some research before, I promise, though.
Now, the next one I am not going into blind because Big Brother told me what it was about.
Oh, I see what you did there. Woo!
We have Shooting an Elephant by George Orwell.
Hey, tell me about George Orwell.
Dude, don't do that. Now I got to bleep that out because otherwise everybody's home device is going to go crazy from you asking that.
Hey,
No, sir. No, sir. You're making my editing job harder with these bleepies. Next up, we have Russia's most famous short story, allegedly of all time. Do you know what that is?
Oh, The Queen of Spades by Pushkin.
You do. You can't sneak that one by you. Crypto here is a huge fan of Pushkin. So we're looking forward to what is one of the 5 short stories, the Tales of Belkin by Pushkin, was these 5 short stories that he released where the country had tons of poetic writing before. And this is what brought in, and Pushkin kind of ushered in prose and a lot of Russian literature at the time and romanticism to see what it became. He was definitely one of the most important writers of the time. Here's the best part. If you go to YouTube and you look for biographical, like just YouTube videos on Alexander Pushkin, I cannot stop laughing at this one where he shows this clip where they're interviewing people and they say, who's the most important writer of all time? And they're like 9 out of 10 people say Alexander Pushkin, which you're like, whoa, Pushkin must have been really important, right? They're standing in front of a freaking Alexander Pushkin statue. Of course people are going to say that statue.
I want my own statue.
Well, why don't you really influence and change literature as we know it, and then you'll have one.
I'm trying.
And for our monthly manga pick, we are doing Oldenholst High School with Leslie from the Nerdy Narrative. I really don't know much about this other than I wanted to branch out and check out some shoujo manga. Now up, we have one that's going to be, I'm interested to see how you react to this.
I'm already sighing.
Okay, first of all, this is, I'm not saying it deserves to be up there. These lists constantly list The Hills Like White Elephants by Ernest Hemingway as one of the most important short stories of all time. Okay? I know you can't stand Hemingway because you read one story by him, right? Like, have you read anything else by him?
Yes, I've read other works by Hemingway.
What? Name it.
But
Name
I think...
Now, no, on the spot, name it.
It was in high school.
Name it.
It was in high school.
You didn't read anything else by him. I'm just saying.
I did. I was forced to read Hemingway in high school.
You can hate him, and that's totally acceptable. I don't think you know Hemingway enough to have this attitude that you try to back up with it.
I think I have the same excuse you do of why you don't like certain authors is because you were forced to read them.
Yet you can't name them. Are you dead spacing?
Where are we going next?
Yeah. No response? You're dead? You're done?
I deadpanned the camera.
All right.
No dead air.
I'm actually hoping that you dislike him a lot because I'm going to love fighting you. Not because not because I think he's like this great literary figure. I in my youth I liked him. Now I see his weaknesses, right? Like I've become more aware, more intelligent. Like that's part of reading is to get better at it. I've realized the mistakes that he's made. I just want to fight you. I can't. So
basically, I knew those things at 16 and you didn't. It's okay. It's fine. I think you were exposing.
Hang on. This is going to be the best part because I'm going to push you into the story. I'm not going to tell you what the weaknesses are, and I'm going to embarrass you in front of the internet. How you can't. You talk about being this great white knight. Let's see you pull it out. I'm gonna test you live to see if you can pull it out because that's one of the things about reading controversial authors is
Hemingway's controversial.
Oh, extremely, and he deserves to be, but. If you can't read something and pick out the problems in it, do you really deserve to say we need to silence these authors? Because then how do you know you're not overlooking the next issue, right? I'm not saying you need to read controversial authors, but part of silencing is what I'm commenting on, is that you need to be able to detect problems in literature and in thinking when you see it.
Sure, I'm not saying don't read Hemingway. I'm just saying when you read it, realize that you're reading crap.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
His novels,
comparative to other authors, in my opinion.
I'm not going to argue with maybe I'm looking back on some of the novels of his, and I'm like, yeah.
I'm not saying don't read him. I'm not saying that at all. Sometimes you have to, read a 2 to appreciate a 10.
You got to have the peaks to appreciate the valleys, right?
Exactly.
I said that backwards. You gotta have...
No, you didn't. You said that exactly right for you, Mr. Pessimist. Yeah. All right, take us on forward.
All right, Thank You, Ma'am by Langston Hughes.
Oh, yeah, he's going to nail it. He's an amazing author, so we know that's a gimme.
Yep.
That's a layup.
We have A Very Old Man with Enormous Wings by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, who we're also doing 100 Years of Solitude, which is rated even higher. You gave a 10 out of 10 to Crime and Punishment, which I'm going to point out that you missed some of the issues in that novel. Just saying. This was rated even higher than that, the 100 Years of Solitude. So we're going to do his most famous short story, A Very Old Man with Enormous Wings by him.
I will also point out that a 10 out of 10 doesn't imply perfection. It implies that you enjoyed it perfectly, which are two different things.
I agree, but I just want to fight you. I cannot wait to fight you on this. You said one of your...
which one? How many do you want to fight on?
No,
it sounds like a very aggressive month.
I'm going to be on Hemingway the rest of this video because I can't wait to fight you.
But we're not on Hemingway.
I know.
We're on Marquez.
That's where my mind's going to be the rest of this because I can't wait for it. That's what I'm looking most forward to.
The end of the video.
All right. Up next, we got 3 more. We've got Young Goodman Brown by Nathaniel Hawthorne.
Okay, good. I haven't read Hawthorne in a long time.
We have Cathedral by Raymond Carver. That was recommended to us by Alan from Big Hard Books and Classics. So it's going to be confusing and we're not going to understand it. But I doing some research, I was looking at when to schedule this. It actually has ended up on a ton of the top short stories of all time lists. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to save this for January and we'll see where the dice falls, right?
I don't think we've ever read Carver, right?
No.
Not on the channel anyway.
Not on the channel. All right, and then up last one that I've been actually looking forward to. I was looking actually to schedule this last January. It didn't work out in terms of timing, but we have Rebecca Roanhorse. We have Welcome to Your... I should look up... I need to relook up pronunciations for all these authors. I really do. But we have Welcome to Your Authentic Indian Experience, which actually won some awards when it came out. It's a very... I've read it before. It's a good story. I'm looking forward to exploring it with you.
You've already read it?
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. So is it like educational? That's what I'm kind of guessing.
Yeah.
To give a more cultural experience from the Native American perspective?
Yeah, with a bit of I don't want to say satire, but a bit of
Ooh,
that's
intriguing.
Okay, let me put it this way. So you know how
When's it set? What's the time period?
It's modern.
Oh, really?
So here's the best way I can describe it. You know how there's just this acidic, venomous, ferocious bite to a very polite presentation from some of Clarice Lispector's writing?
Mm-hmm.
The prose isn't like that. Okay, it's very clear in modern prose, but I feel like the attitude behind it is like that.
Oh, okay, so a little bit of sass then. I like that.
Well, it's not plot sass. It's not prose sass. I'm telling you, the thematic sass is there. You'll see. You'll see when we
the
get
thematic themes. Okay.
Yeah. I think you'll like that one.
Well, that's exciting. I mean, we got an amazing list except for one. So, I mean, you did really well, I think, scheduling this.
You know, I don't even want to fight you.
So what is that, 12 out of 13? Pretty good.
No, I honestly kind of agree with you. I just want to fight you. I honestly do. I want.
So you're playing devil's advocate, so it's not even fun when I beat you because you really agree with me.
I want to rile you up so bad. One of us walks away.
That's so easy to do.
Mid conversation, we take like the phone jack out of our ear, throw it against the ground, and walk away, and then that's the end of the video because one of us walked away so furious. That's what I'm going for with that one.
Okay, you've known me for well over 5 years now. You know what buttons to push.
What buttons to push? What was that? Where did that come from?
My mouth's getting dry and I'm out of beverage.
I think that's your heritage coming in is what it is.
Maybe. You gotta call my grandma, tell her I love her.
Well, guys, this Yankee appreciates you spending some time with us on what our January greatest short story of 2021 journey is going to look like. We appreciate you listening to us babble on. Hit that subscribe button to join us on the literature discussions. We post videos every Monday and Thursday and Tuesdays this month, and some Wednesdays this month because we've got a packed month. We hope to see you guys out there. Una out.
Bye, 11 toes. Peace.